Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 766, live from the NCAA Floor edition of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles. My webcam, we discovered about 4 minutes ago, may have a slight crack in it, and it looks like there's some stripes, but that's okay. It's too good of a day. It's too good of a show to be deterred by things like that. And I'm joined today by none other than Shane Sparks, who's also in Detroit, just not here. And JD Raider will be here soon. What's up, boys?
Good morning, guys. How we doing today? We are, 26 hours and 28 minutes away, I think, from first whistle.
Wow. That is my current calculations. Yes, that is correct. 26, 28. We'll be on. The noon start tomorrow will be nice. Cannot wait. We got pigtails and we get right into it. The arena is really nice. I'm here watching some teams warm up. We've got here. I'll give a quick roll call and we can get into the thing. Cornell just rolled up. Northwestern, Maryland, Navy, UNI, Buffalo, Ohio's here. Probably some other teams I'm missing, but right now, first glance. So some crews starting to get in here, get some weight off, get a workout in. It's exciting to just watch the teams and see how the guys are looking right before the tournament gets going.
That arena is spectacular. I was there a little bit yesterday. That Jumbotron in that arena is insane.
If they just cut it on, Shane, right before the show, and it is absolutely enormous. I thought you were going to say you caught like an Eagles concert here back in the summer or something. I was ready for you to say that.
But I love this area because you have Little Caesars Arena, Comerica Park, and Ford Field are literally within a quarter mile of each other. I mean, it's all right there. I guess they're trying to kind of revitalize that area of Detroit, but that arena Little Caesars Arena is fantastic. It's a great place to have this tournament.
Yes, and what a fine pizza establishment, Little Caesars. So we had.
How does Little Caesars? Here's a real quick question, Christian. This is a little out there, and then we'll get on track. But I love Little Caesars. $5-6, whatever it is. I'm embarrassed to say. When I have my kids a couple days a week, it's the easy way out. Why cook? We can go to Little Caesars for $5. It just makes sense. But you gotta sell a lot of pizza to have an arena like that, right? I mean, like naming rights can't be cheap. Like you must sell a ton of pizzas because the margins can't be that big, right?
They're slinging some serious pies is what I make of it. I mean, you think about they're literally everywhere, all over the place, not just Detroit. In Virginia, we fell into that. We used to get Little Caesars all the time. We don't as much anymore, but yeah, it's a great option. Kids like it. It's good pizza. It's very slept on. The snobs will say what they say, Shane, but at the end of the day, it's how we feel about it. And Little Caesars is pretty good, and I guess they're doing pretty well because they have a beautiful arena.
It is a great arena.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
I don't even want to know what JD thinks about pizza because I know it's just going to be, who knows what. He's a big Casey's guy, and I feel like Casey's comes into Little Caesars lane a little bit. And
I'd agree.
Yeah. So this could be a little close to home for JD.
It's kind of like one of these things in Chicago with hot dogs. They don't put ketchup on their hot dogs. It's like illegal. Yeah. And I think that in the state of Iowa, like Little Caesars is not welcome there.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the same deal.
He ain't welcome around these parts.
I will say they do undercut Casey's on their prices, so they got that going for them.
And yeah, the hot and ready is just the best deal in town. Okay, we have an idea. This is fun. This is one of our questions we get a lot of, especially in the lead up in season. Who are your dark horses? Who are your sleepers? Who's gonna make a run? Who could do it? And so it's like, okay, well, we kind of have these sort of mapped out in our heads as is. So why don't we just kind of take the show and let's go through the weights and talk about the guys we think could make a run, talk about the dark horses, the sleepers, who's maybe poised to be that bracket buster. It's something we see every year. We know what's going to happen. The predicting or attempting to predict is the fun part and also the hard part. So, I queued you guys up yesterday. I want to talk about this. So I'm curious for you guys to go. I have some names at 125 if we want to start there. But yeah, I'll kind of kick it to you guys, see where you want to go. I've got quite a few names I'm ready to talk about.
Before we get into this, I want to plug something. I'm finishing it up right now. Actually, it'll be on the site right after this. But looking at data from the past 20 years of which lower seeds make it to the finals. Some pretty interesting data, so go check that out.
Nice plug there. I thought you were going to say you're about to publish your dark horses and sleepers articles, but you're waiting for us to actually do this show to get the dark horses and sleepers. That would be the classic JD work smarter, not harder situation.
It would be. I think that article, I did not write it, but I believe it's already on the site, written by somebody.
I think so too. Okay. So 125. Why don't we just kind of do a round table, give a name, and then maybe some others. So Shane, who's someone that sticks out for you at 125?
Man, I think 125 is. I think that's one of the brackets where there could be some chaos.
Yes.
I'm trying to pull the brackets up here to see what his path is. But I'll give you a guy. It's not as much as a prediction because I got to pull these brackets up. I don't know what his path is exactly, but I'm waiting for a guy like Malik Heinzelman to turn the corner. That's a guy that I'm waiting for him to take that next step. I think it's time. He's been getting a lot better. He's put some size on the last couple of years, and that's a guy, Malik Heinzelman for me.
So Malik Heinzelman's got the 12. I actually simultaneously agree and disagree because on the one hand, I'm with you as far as ability for sure. I think his draw is really tough. He's got the guy I'm going to say, Taylor Lamont, 21.
Yeah,
in the first
that's
round.
Another good one.
I mean, Lamont is he hasn't looked his best, but it's one of those guys. I mean, when you're looking for dark horses sleepers, you're looking for someone whose season hasn't matched up with their known ability or the predicted ability, whatever you want to call it. And Taylor Lamont, 21, is not requisite of his best case scenario. And so Heinzelman or Lamont winner will get Killian Cardinale very next round. I think Killian is one of the most underrated, slept on guys in the country. This guy is really, really good. He won a tough Big 12, really no problems. And then if you get past Killian, which I don't think is going to happen for either of our guys, Lamont or Heinzelman, then you got Brandon Courtney looking at it. But at the same time, it's like that's not there's a 4-5 that has Heidley and Kimmer, right? So as far as like brutal 4-5s to bust up, this isn't the toughest one, but it's still a more difficult path. And not to mention, also in this quarter is a guy that probably a lot of people are going to say the 13th seed Drake Ayala. I mean, he's got Gutierrez round one. That's he's no joke. And then Courtney right out the gate, and then probably Cardinale. So that quarter is very. There could be some chaos here. This is a quarter to watch because as good as Courtney has been, he's in state finals. As good as Killian Cardinale has shown he's been this year, they have not shown that they are just above being beaten in these kind of matches, especially Killian. Killian took a lot. I'm sure JD's got it chambered. Terrakina, yes, that's who it was. He lost to Terrakina this year. Yep. Courtney doesn't have a loss like that. You know, last year Courtney's only loss was to Spencer Lee, and his only loss this year is to Patrick Glory. So he's been very, very consistent guy. But yeah.
Let me ask you guys this question.
Yeah.
I mean, let me ask you this: Does Courtney make the semis?
I have Cardinale beating him in the quarters.
Ooh, I have Courtney beating Cardinale in the quarters, but I think that's close.
That's going to be a great. That's going to be a great match on Friday morning. Gosh, this 100%. Stuff is so. When you go through these brackets,
oh nuts!
I would say this. I was thinking about this earlier this week. To win a Division I NCAA wrestling title, you could say it's impossible, and by definition, that's inaccurate. But it's close enough to say it and get away with it. It's pretty much impossible to win one of these things.
It's really tough. If you look at another guy, when you want to talk about someone whose seed and record doesn't match up with their known ability, Sam Latona for me.
I just don't like his path.
12-7. Well, there's not a lot of paths to really fall in love with at this weight because you either the path to the semis either goes through Suriano, Vito, or Glory, or you have to go through the 4-5 quarter of chaos, which is
he's got Schroeder in the first round. I don't know who. I mean, Devin Schroeder. I'm really curious about Devin Schroeder too because like him and a lot of these guys, they got they're in 6th, 7th year, whatever it might be, like, how bad do you want to be here? I mean, that to me is another big question and I have no idea, but how bad do you want to be here? And if you lose in the first round, how bad, not how bad do you want to be here? I'm just really curious to know what, I wish I could get inside these guys' heads and really know where they're at mentally, because I think that's what the biggest difference maker is. These guys are all good.
I assume you're a big part of your prep for NCAA coverage is talking to all the girlfriends and figure out where that relationship is. Hey, are we rock solid, baby? We got to figure this out.
That stuff is so important. I mean, man, you got to control what's between your ears at this tournament, because it's a grind. I mean, this is, the other, and we've talked about this before. To make this tournament, you got to be really, really good. I think that goes under the radar too sometimes. Like, oh, he's not that good. It's like, these guys are fantastic. To make this tournament be one of the top 33 guys in the country, it's incredible. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, I remember one of the more, it's your first anything, it was always eye-opening, right? And my first NCAAs in 2009, and then getting to be here, like in these kind of situations, a little closer watching, be like, man, I don't even know, like these, I'm looking at guys that are like, the fringe qualifiers, and you watch them drill. It's like, oh my gosh, to be able to just look that good drilling, have technique that's that crisp, just in like the practice situation. I'm like, man, it really is sort of like, it does give you a different perspective when you're here. JD, 25. You got anyone? We said quite a few names already.
I agree with you about Latona, that his seed probably doesn't match his ability, but I have him losing to Schroeder first round, and then listen to like this backside he would have to go through according to my bracket.
Yeah.
Smith, he'd probably win that one. But then Mastro, Teskey, Cardinal, Glory. Like, I just don't think he can string together those wins. He could maybe get one or two of those, but...
Oh, Gary.
The legend.
What's up? Shout out Gary Abbott. You're live on the air, Gary. Say something to your fans back home.
Hi, fans.
Good to see you. We'll catch up, man. Thanks for coming.
What's going on, JD?
Hey, Gary.
He says, hey. The legend, Gary Abbott. He's gonna listen to 1/3 of the show here. He's not gonna be able to hear Shane and JD. And we'll see. I'm not even gonna ask him who he would rather hear from, because I'm sure I'm probably third on his list. Okay, so another name to look at 25 is actually I have two more. Do you have any else you want to give? I think not every bracket is gonna be this rich with sleepers, by the way.
No.
Like
there's just a huge
like
tier at 125 of like all these guys can beat each other. Like looking at Latona, returning All-American, I think he took 6th last year, and he's 29 seed or whatever, or 19. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. But one guy, he's actually kind of a high seed, but I think he just hasn't had a lot of eyes on him this year. Brandon Kaler, he's tough, and I would not be surprised if he pulls off an upset or two from over a top 8 guy.
He had Devin Schroeder beat at CKLV, and then he kind of I'm trying to remember. Well, I got to make sure first that he actually did in fact lose that match, but I'm pretty sure he did. I definitely called it. But he's really good on his feet. He can get to his single leg really consistently, solid finish. I think Schroeder found a way to get on top, and that's where Schroeder's really good. Another couple names. Jacob Camacho out of the 14. I actually have him placing. I do not hate his draw.
No, I like that one too.
I have him beating Prada and then losing the next match to Shane's buddy Pat Glory. But then this path back, Fabian Gutierrez, then Jacob Camacho, or then against Taylor Lamont, I have him winning that. And then, unpopular opinion to pick this guy to lose on the backside, but then I have Camacho beating Pat McKee in the round of 12.
See it for sure.
It can be seen. And one other guy I like is Brody Teskey. This guy's a hustler. He wrestles
Fort Dodge,
hard.
stand up.
Fort Dodge, 15 seed. Again, not an amazing draw. Not nothing to be super excited about, because he's going to run into certain round 1, which is a tough. There's definitely a losable match, and then Vito is going to send him into the wrestlebacks if he even gets by him. Certain. Then his path back, Noto. He'll have the Noto Hildebrandt loser in his first wrestleback. That's tough. Then probably Schroeder, or because I have Schroeder losing in round 1, Schroeder or Latona.
Or
and
Mastro.
then Courtney or Mastro, and then Courtney. So that's a tough draw for Teskey. And
he's in that same position as Latona for me, where could definitely win a couple of those, but it's going to be hard to make a deep run with that many tough matches.
Yeah, I like Latona's draw a little bit better, but 125 is full of guys that can make a run. That's not even mentioning guys like you mentioned, Kaylor. I'll mention D'Agostino as someone I think could do some
I've got
damage
D'Agostino
here.
taking 5th.
I was right there. I actually have him losing in the round of 12 to Drake Ayala, but I also he does have a path to 5th. I think Drake Ayala in round 12 is winnable, and then I think he'll have the Hildebrandt Barnett winner in the round of 12 after that. Hildebrandt is someone we didn't talk about yet. Shane, what are your thoughts on his draw?
I just think he's poised to come back. I mean, he took fourth last year, and I mean, if somebody's got a gun to my head, he runs in this Suriano, probably has to do the damage on the backside, and we'll see what he does.
Yeah,
I mean, if you this, like we've said in the last 5 minutes, is we've shown this. You can take 15 guys at this weight class, and if I told you 15 of them, like half this field, if I said, hey, Courtney's an All-American, Glory's an All-American, Lamont, Ayala, McKee, Latona, Hildebrandt, Barnett, Mastro Giovanni's a 7, D'Agostino, Teskey. If I told you Noah Cert was an All-American, you'd be like, yeah, okay. I mean, this bracket is half these guys. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if half these guys made the stand.
And then if we move to 33, the weight it really changes for me the perspective of sleepers. It's so different, and sometimes
when you say sleepers, it's sleeper to win it.
No. Okay. I mean it's kind of like there's
somebody who has a real good tournament,
just relative to seeds or expectations. So like there's sleepers to like win NCAAs, and there's sleepers to like get on the podium. And so the barrier for like a 7 seed winning NCAAs, that's like a kind of a sleeper there. But then guys outside the top 10, 12, 20 to place are kind of who
really though at. Anytime like a 7 seed plus make the finals or win, it's very unpredictable. Like you're predicting something
extremely
shocking.
Yes, completely. So like 133, the highest seed I have placing, man, it's 8. I think I have the top 8 seeds placing. I literally think those are the 8 best guys. Colioc, I think Cannon's really good. I think his draw is bad. Out of the 10, I think he's have someone like Corbin. I think he's have the Myers DeSanto loser in the round of 12. I have a hard time seeing that. Mickey Philippi, I like him, and I think he's probably the best high seed with a shot to place, and he's a 12, and that's not that high, really. I mean, the 12 seed is supposed to wrestle in the round of 12. They're supposed to wrestle in the All-American round, so I don't see a lot of guys. The only guys I really see outside of them are like Biscaglia. I kind of like Anthony
I like
Madrigal.
Biscaglia's draw. I got him losing in the round of 12 with a winnable match in Colioco in the round of 12.
Good. It's good. Shout out Alex Clemson. He hooked me up with the tickets here. He asked how Section 102 is. It looks beautiful. Go Terps.
Madrigal had some big wins early, right? Like Michigan State Open, right? If I'm going off of memory.
Yeah.
Madrigal?
So Madrigal beat Bird,
Oklahoma
Magnuson,
came out the gun
Foley.
hot.
Okay, that was So, I mean, he got off to a great start. Maybe he finds a way to have a great finish.
Yeah, Madrigal's definitely has the best wins of a bad seed. 23 seed. He's the one who at least has shown he can win. Everyone else, or a lot of these guys, it's like it's hypothetical. It's can he? It's like no, he has. Can he do it here? Kind of thing. There's not a lot to suggest that he can do it here based on how his year post MSU Open has gone. But that said, everyone's going to have their eyes on him. He's not going to be someone you're going to run to on the front or back side for sure. When he's at his best, he is extremely tough to take down. He's really, really, he's skilled. He makes life difficult on offensive wrestlers.
Outside,
133. I would agree. This is a weight class where I don't think there's going to be, unlike 125. I think this one's going to be is going to be much more predictable.
Yes. JD, you got anyone else at 33?
Adasayev, he could definitely pick up a couple wins at the 24 seed.
I'm with that. Okay. Let's cruise up to 41. 141. My highest AAs. Okay. Shane, I bought the dip on the Stevan Micic stock. And now I'm poised to make a massive profit. I bought mid-Bertoni match when he almost was eliminated. And now he's a 24. I actually have him placing. Hear me out. So I have him beating Alan Hart round 1 and then losing to Grant Willits. Then he drops down here, beats Tal Shahar, Quinn Kinner, and then Cole Matthews in the round of 12.
Avenging a loss to Matthews?
Yes, avenging that loss.
Yep, I got all my stock. I got all my Micic stock, and I will tell you, when these brackets came out, I bought a little bit more like you.
Oh, my gosh. We're in. I don't know if it's like a Dogecoin or what's up? Lee Roper in the house. Hey, what's up, Lee? Coach Roper's in the mix. Penn State just rolled up. You and I's here. It's fun. I'm trying to stay focused. I think I'm doing actually pretty good because Penn State's literally right here. But I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be a pros pro and just focus on the show. But yeah, I kind of like Mitch's draw. I don't know. Maybe he puts it on for Team 100. He is not. Look, I'll say this. There's really nothing to suggest this is possible based on this year. If you just took this year, and if Stevan Micic was a redshirt freshman for Ohio University, we would not be saying his name at all. If we just watched all the matches, we'd be like, not happening. But so we're holding on to the dream. We're holding on to what we've seen him do years ago in folk style, and we're predicting he could maybe do it one last time.
I'm rooting for him, but I just don't see it happening. Not me. I've sold the stock.
You sold it. Okay, well, you probably lost some money. I still got a shot here. I got a shot to break even. A little profit going.
One guy I did buy, Dresden Simon. He dipped after needing an at-large, but I got him coming back, still only making the round of 12, which probably going into conference weekend wouldn't have been a shock or maybe where a lot of people would have predicted him. But after not a good conference tournament, I think he bounces back, makes a bit of a run on the backside.
Guys, how about here's one. Keyshawn Clark at 15. Had a bad ACCs. I don't necessarily love where the other thing, too, is the health of Ironman. I mean, that's obviously huge. The health of this bottom half in this entire tournament, the health of bracket is, I don't know. I mean, Ironman, Rivera, obviously they medically forfeited out of Big Tens. Keyshawn Clark, that's a guy, he's capable. It's a matter of, I think, how was he off the scale, and is he willing to take a guy down twice and not settle after getting a score?
Look, I got him losing first round.
It's pretty dangerous.
I got him losing first round.
Yeah.
Jack pulling off the upset.
Yeah, it can happen.
Which does not make it easy coming back, because that's a lot of matches, and I got him winning a couple on the backside, but falling short of A.
I'll be honest. I think Keyshawn's a really tough matchup for Jaden because he's not going to mix it up. He's not going to take a bunch of shots. He's not going to go there. He's got great positioning. He's very fundamental. He picks his spots on his leg attacks, and the leg attacks he takes are high percentage finishes, which is what you need against Ironman. Now, he's still an underdog, but 15s beat 2s. We've seen it. We saw Ronnie Perry all the way to the finals out of I'm pretty sure the 15 when he beat Sorensen. We all remember that. Sorensen. I mean, it happens. And it was not predictable. But Keyshawn is someone that I think I wouldn't have said his name, Shane, until you said it. And then I started to really think about it. I think that's a name.
How about this, guys? In the history of this tournament, well, actually, I think I just answered my own question because of the COVID year. It's changed everything. There's a potential second round matchup, with 2 4-time All-Americans.
Is that Chad?
With Rivera and Red.
Yeah.
I mean, that That is insane.
Yes, that's nuts. Man, Chad's Big Tens just has me all kinds of worried about what he's gonna be able to do here.
I'm not buying that dip.
I think the weight has always been tough for him, and now you're 6 making 41.
But he's always done a good job in March. I mean, you look at his career. I'm sure the weight's always been an issue, but he always gets it done in March.
But he always does well.
He's always been good.
He's always had good Big Tens too, though. And
yeah,
that's the one variable that I think is a little different. Is like his Big Tens wasn't as good. Now, I maybe remember 3-4 years ago Big Tens, but I remember 2019 or 20 and
made the final against McKenna one year.
Yeah, he's been good. Been good. So I don't know. I feel like we've seen it turn up at conferences, and we didn't see it last weekend in Nebraska. So we'll see, though. He's done it. He's done it before.
Yeah, man. This.
Anyone else before we hit 49?
149.
149. It is the highest seed.
Guys, I'm going to throw one name out there. One more name at 141.
Okay.
And it won't be easy because he's going to have Nick Lee early. A battle of Ohio State teammates in D'Amelio and Kinner. I watched Kinner wrestle Nick Lee in that duel at Penn State, their final one of the year, I believe it was. And he was able to ride Nick Lee for a while. And I think Quinn Kinner is a 16. Keep an eye on him. Who knows? All these guys can, Quinn Kinner, and he goes 0-2. I mean, I don't know. But I like Quinn Kinner a little bit.
I think that's a great call out. I've always liked Kinner. Even what he did that one year at Ohio State, where he wrestled at 31 and 157, and he won matches that I think he ended up qualifying at 157. That was insane. He is good on top.
Quinn Kinner's dangerous. And you know me at these tournaments, guys. I'm going to say it a million times. Top wrestling. Takedowns are big, finish periods on top, find a way to get the riding time. This is not the when I look at the NCAA championships, this is about as much of a grinder as it gets. This is not I don't think there are very few people that win this tournament in a sexy fashion. This is a work, lunch bucket, hard hat, grind, grits, scratching the chalkboard with fingernails. Like this is one of those events. That's why I love it. I love it.
You love fingernails on chalkboard.
I just love hard wrestling. I mean, let's be honest. Freestyle World Championships, it's sexy. Like it's slick. I mean, those guys are so slick, and this not so much. I mean, this is calluses on the hands, hard, gritty work, laying brick. This is laying brick.
We got to send Shane to Dagestan. He thinks it's like the apex or the epicenter of freestyle wrestling greatness is not a sexy place.
Yeah,
no.
but it looks sexy on a wrestling mat.
Yeah.
Hey, they're bringing their hard hat and lunch pails too.
Yeah. They just get tired is all. Okay, let's go to 49. Some names. My highest AA is 10 seed Ridge Lovett. That's very cliche to have Ridge. I think, Ben has him in the finals. I think that's a little bit. It's really tough. I like Ridge a lot, but he really doesn't shoot. I think listen, top's cute, big and all, but if you can't get on top,
you can't utilize it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think most of these guys are silly if they go under him, and a lot of people are just going to go both up against someone like Ridge. That said, he did get third at Big Tens, or fourth. I guess he forfeited to Murin. But I have him placing, but curious who you guys have making a run here at 49.
Some names that stick out. Deegan at 23.
Yeah.
That seems low for a guy like Deegan, who's All-American before. Abbas at 16.
17 seed.
What's that?
I think, did you say 23?
Oh, yeah, I think he's ranked 23. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But the 17th seed. Abbas, another guy with the lower seed. He's the 23.
And he was an All-American last year, correct, Abbas? 7th or 8th, I believe.
I think you're right.
Did he sneak on?
It was a sneak, if so.
Man, that's it. That's an
No, he
good
took.
first
Yes,
round
he did
matchup.
take
Love
seventh
it and
last year.
Abbas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple here. I mean, Yaya is very obvious. The guy got third last year. I think we're just like, everyone knows Yaya. Like, he can do it. He can do it. Jaden is a great one. Maybe this is just the Ben Askren wearing off, but I think Colin Revito is sort of interesting. I don't have him making a run, but
I've got him beating Yaya. On the backside.
Obviously, Bo Bartlett, I have him in the round of 12. I have him losing to Ridge Lovett in the round of 12, so I didn't go full on Homer. I'm looking at him right now. He's stretching. He looks ready to go.
Looking limber?
Very limber.
Yeah, I've got Bartlett picking up a couple wins on the backside, but losing to Lovett in the round of 12. But he's tough, and he wrestles a style that can help or hurt him. And, you know, you wrestle that many one-point matches in a tournament like this, one can come back and bite you, but it works for a lot of guys, and he's definitely tough. But this is a weight similar to 33, like we were saying, where I've got it going fairly chalk. You know, Lovett is also my highest AA at the 10 seed. I've got him taking 5th. But besides him, you know, it's Mirren, G, Parco filling out the backside Yanni and Gomez in the finals. Wilson and Sasso taking 3rd and 4th.
Makes sense. Man, Virginia Tech just walked in. Sam Latona is probably 2 inches taller than Makai Lewis, at least an inch. I'm dead serious. They're walking like literally just behind each other. Latona is legitimately taller. It's so funny. Big guy. Probably explains some of the inconsistency we've seen with him this year. Okay. Anyone else at 49?
That hit him for me.
Sherman at the 32 is the deepest sleeper of all. The guy was an All-American last year. His 9 losses, they're all like top 10-ish guys. But some are outside of that, but he didn't lose to anyone. You're like, he lost to who? Like, and there's some 9 seeds in here at a different weight. Not gonna name names. There's some guys who got some seeds with some losses that are audacious. Now, I've already said my piece on it, so I'll move on. But
yes, man. I didn't even. Sherman at 32. Wow.
Took 7th last year. You see the 8-9 record, and not even from a Big Ten guy, and you know you kind of dismiss it, but
you know what? It bears another look here. Let's just pull up Zach Sherman real quick.
He lost to Sasso, Lovett, Heil, Gomez, Milner, Feinsilver, Indonian, Wilson. Those are his losses this year.
Those are all good.
The worst one was Feinsilver, and it was overtime.
Yeah, Feinsilver is good, guys.
Yeah, he's not I think we'd all agree he's not the 32nd best guy in this bracket.
No way.
Right.
I mean, you would think he would have to have lost to, and now to be fair, he's had a lot of opportunities for winnable wins, for winnable matches, and he hasn't taken advantage of them. So I'm not saying he even shouldn't be the 32 seed, but he is not. His losses are not bad.
Now, it's unfortunate.
If Yanni's first match, if that's the match, that's a very formidable opponent in the first round. I mean, they all are, but he's no joke.
It's unfortunate that he did get the 32 and not literally any other seed besides the 33, because he's going to have to wrestle that pigtail just for the opportunity to wrestle Yanni to be sent to the backside.
Yeah, but would you guys agree? I mean, there's a 1 seed. I don't know if anybody's got an opponent. That Sherman's good. He's good. Really good.
But we're also talking about Yanni.
I understand that, but I'm still saying to be a number 1 seed in Sherman's your first round matchup, like welcome to the tournament.
Man, yeah, no kidding. Okay, that's 49. We hit as low as the 32 seed. Don't ever accuse us of not going in depth here. Okay, 57. My lowest AA is 16th seed, Brady Berge. And I don't even feel like that one counts. I mean, this is a guy that should be a top 10 seed. He has 2 wins over the 9 at Big Tens. He looked good. He looks like the Brady Berge of old, which is still he's yet to place, but he's good, right? And I have him beating O'Connor in the round of 12, who is probably a name that's going to be on a lot of people's lists.
I just don't think he's healthy. I got to tell you, O'Connor, unless the one thing with this tournament that I have learned is when somebody's not healthy, it doesn't magically turn around for him at this tournament 99% of the time. Like if you are not right, it's not good.
Yep. You guys got any names here at 57?
Yeah, Berge is also my lowest A. What seed is Thomas? Justin Thomas, 13 from Oklahoma. We'll have Scott second round, but I've got him making a little bit of a run on the backside until he hits Humphreys, who I think is just too good on top. I've got Humphreys taking 5th, but Thomas is tough.
You know who I really like in this bracket? And I'm not talking to be an All-American. I'm talking about a guy that I'm really intrigued by this guy to make the final, perhaps. And it won't be easy. Is Franek from NDSU. Him and Deacon, he had Deacon beat last year in the quarters. Had him beat.
That's right. Man, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Jared Franek, he is a stud.
So his path looks like, Franek's path looks like Model, O'Connor, Jacory, and then Deacon.
Yep. So that's my guy that like could have it would take an incredible run, but it's just a guy that he stood out to me last year.
Yep. Sorry.
One guy I like who I think could get helped by if Austin O'Connor is not healthy and maybe injury defaults on the backside or whatever. Jake Keating could be poised for an All-American run, I think. I don't have it happening, but I like where he's at.
Keating's good. I have him in the round of 12 losing to Humphreys. But
I've got him losing to Caleb Young in the round of 12, but that's a winnable match for Keating.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, now I'm going to be super distracted because I got Kalen Brooks literally right in front of me wrestling. Okay, lock in, CP. It's Wednesday before NCAAs. But to be fair, I think I don't have a lot of other names here at 57 other than the ones we've said. I mean, I like Kendall Coleman, but he's just not been that guy this year.
Yeah.
Okay, let's 65 it up.
Dejon Casto, he could pull off an upset too.
Oh yeah,
watch out for the Citadel.
Big strong guy. All right. 65. Who are you guys like? I'm looking for my biggest seed All-American. I've got nine seed Peyton Hall placing. That doesn't count.
This weight is so deep with top heavy talent where it's like, are any of these guys really gonna lose? You know?
Yeah. That's my thing. That's what I'm when I look at this weight, it's like, man. I mean,
two guys that stand out just from a seed standpoint are Wenzel and Valencia. But, But with that being said, would I pick either to be an All-American if my life is on the line? Probably not. It's like, yeah, but right. I mean,
Wenzel was second last year.
Yeah, exactly. But this weight class is, man. I mean, those top 6-7 guys are.
I've got Valencia and Wenzel hitting on the backside with the winner wrestling Griffith in the round of 12. So, like this weight is just too deep, really.
So I have the same thing, except I had Griffith beating Hamidi, and so I have Hamidi beating Wenzel. I mean, that is honestly for a path for Wenzel, as tough as 65 is. I don't think that's the worst one. With you got a true freshman. Who has he ever wrestled someone with your skills on top? Probably not. So if you're looking for a 10 seed that pulls a high upset, maybe it's him over Hamidi. But at the same time, I feel like Hamidi's been so. I mean, I've been on the train for him since November, and it's hard to see it pulling off now. But true freshman, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. And Wenzel's done it before, so
he has. I think that's kind of it for me for 65. You guys got any other names?
No, those were the ones for me.
I could see Yant or Weber making the round of 12. I think Canigliaro is maybe not quite the 8th seed. I don't think he's the 8th best guy.
I've got Canigliaro beating Weber on the backside. Winner losing to
I do too.
Winner losing to Amin.
Same. You copied me. Big copycat. 174. This is another one where it's really tough to find a sleeper that's going to make a deep run because look at the top. You guys, Tarachi, Makai Lewis, Logan Massa, Hayden Hidley, Michael Kemmer. I think Dustin Plott's a pretty flimsy 6 seed, honestly.
Labriola's a 9.
9. There's not a lot of room for any of these guys. The top 5 are so good. So now we're talking about probably 3 spots, right? And I feel like Labriola is going to be one of them. So now there's 2 spots for Ethan Smith, and I think he's going to be tough to beat. And then there's Dustin Plott, who's the 6. So Chris Foca, someone he wrestled both Makai Lewis and Kara Starachi tough this year. He took Kara Starachi down. He won a scramble, but he didn't have a great EIWAs. So I'm not sure. Any names for you guys?
You look at. Go ahead, Shane.
I'm just. 174 is. This weight class. You got national champs, national finalists. It just on paper. This is one of those weight classes where you take the top 5 or 6 guys and you feel really good about. How's it going, Chris? 5 or 6 guys those are going to be tough outs. Tough outs. To me, the storyline of 174 is Kemmer's health.
Yeah. Didn't look great at Big Tens.
Caleb Plant. Well, I don't know. He looked all right.
Beat Smith.
He beat Smith. He took Ethan Smith down twice. I don't know.
Yeah, and then busted up his shoulder. I'm saying it looked like he was in a lot of pain, is what I'm saying. And with shoulders, like those go easy. You take one shot,
what's up, man?
Hit that shoulder, it goes back out.
He's just another level of tough, Kemmer.
I think that's part of it. And what I would love to know that we'll never get to know is let's say that the shoulder doesn't come out against Ethan Smith and he just wrestles and wins a regular match and it looks fine, nothing to concern. Was he going to wrestle Starachi ever? Or was the plan always to make the semis and default out? I think there's a possibility that's the case.
Look at what Cassiope did. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like a shoulders, it's going to affect how he wrestles, I think. I don't think he's going to be able to shoot as much as he normally does with fear of.
Well, the big thing with him has been the riding. Right? He's been able to get takedowns even with his shoulder. It's the riding.
Yeah, he can't hold him down. Guys. Nope. Need to do that. Can't rule him out. He's a monster. Any other names for you guys you want to throw out?
Ninehouse at the 25 seed. I don't think he does anything. He's got O'Malley first round, but he's a guy obviously beat Labriola. He's shown he's capable of pulling off an upset. So he's a guy who you maybe circle as definitely a guy to watch every match. But like I said, I don't see it happening, but maybe.
Wouldn't shock you though, right?
Yeah.
He wouldn't be. He's got some big wins. So just consistency with him.
We're going to 84 now. I think K DeVos, actually, last thing, K DeVos at 12 and Matt Feinsilver at the 13 are also pretty good. Okay. As we head to 84, my highest seed placing, not very, I don't have that many of those seeds. I do have my round of 12. I have 14 seed Gavin Kane losing to Coleman. I have number 13 Kyle Cochran losing to Caleb Romero. I have number 17 Jeremiah Kent losing to Trey Munoz. So those would be mine. I don't have really any breakthrough guys getting into the semis because look at these big 4: Amin, Brooks, Hidley, Keckheisen. I think that is. I wonder. I've only thought about this question just right now, but I wonder what the most locked in semis are at this tournament. Which are the ones you say write it down? I feel the most confident this one because at 84,
it's 80.
I think
probably
it's 84.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
65, maybe 2.
I don't feel that way. I think Hamady Griffith is absolutely up in the air.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot that's the quarter.
Yep.
Yeah, 84 is that's I would agree.
Because 41, I could see the 3, but Rivera and Ironman's health are a total question right now. 125, I can see the 3, but I don't know about the 4-5 quarter of chaos. So I think it is this one. I think you say, hey, these top 4, we'll see you Friday night for sure.
This way, whoever loses or whoever win the Cochran-Poznanski first round match could be telling they're probably going to lose to Ket guys in the next one, but either of those guys definitely could make a run on the backside.
It'd be great to see Maryland get somebody on the stand, and Cochran is he's good enough for
100%,
sure.
100%.
Cochran can get on.
Hey, he's someone.
He's got the top game.
Ride.
Yeah,
he can ride, Shane.
Yep,
I probably like him.
I like him a lot. He's had a really good year.
Paz at the 20. Something's up with him.
What was Paz last year? Fourth.
Mm-hmm.
He's hurt.
Third at Big Ten's, fourth at the national tournament.
He didn't have a great regular season last year, and then got hot at
he got
NCAAs.
5 I think what they have 5 matches.
I mean,
yeah,
right. He hardly had a regular season.
Yeah.
Listen, if you took the same number, he won his first 13 matches this year, and so really he was off to a equivalent start to his year that he had last year. But then just he's hit the meat of the Big Ten schedule, and just basically every match he faced a really tough guy. I don't think he was able to win it. He just didn't have that same thing. I don't know anything, but I do think there's probably an injury, so something going on outside of that's hindering him a little bit.
I would say this, guys, at this weight class, the top 4 seem to be pretty good favorites. But 5 through 8, yes. I think that's
up for grabs.
Up for grabs. Truax just lost to Munoz. Munoz, I think, is good, but I mean, Munoz is a flimsy 6 in my mind too. He could do it, but he could if he was in the round of 12. Here's another way to kind of answer the question. It's okay, we would be surprised if Munoz plays, but if you told me right now, yeah, Munoz lost in the round of 12, who's it going to be oh, wow, Trey Munoz really underperformed? No one's really going to think that, I don't think. No one's going to be oh, he blew it. He was such a clear guy to place. No one's going to think he wrestled bad if he loses in the round of 12. So
Listen,
I think that's another way to look at it.
Look at this. Tate Samuelson, currently ranked number 21. If you said Tate Samuelson beat Trey Munoz, very that, you're okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All those guys, Spain and me regularly talked about it throughout this season, how annoying this weight was to rank because they constantly just beat each other.
Yep.
7 through 24 at this weight was just a constant ranker's delight. Lower guys beating higher guys. Zach Bronigal is a guy who got super hot at Big Tens on the backside. I don't know if he can keep that rolling at NCAAs, but something to keep on. I mean, he beat Romero.
Yes, exactly.
Caleb Romero, he's another one of those guys. Look at him. He's very good, but he's got to find a way to get on the stand and get the job done.
Yep.
I do like his path. Washington.
I don't know if I like it or dislike it.
Washington, then probably Vens into the quarters. That's not bad.
Agreed. Okay. Anyone else at 80? I mean, Hunter Boland's the 15.
Yeah.
He's not been the same this
10, year. You know what version of Taylor Vens will show up, right? I mean,
Okay, 97. There's
bracket
a lot
of chaos.
Here.
Bracket of chaos.
This is a bracket.
Who doesn't? The easier way with 97 is to say who doesn't have a chance.
Okay, you. I'll let you start, Shane.
Yeah, 97 is this weight class is going to be so fun, and especially in the team race. I mean, 197 is going to be crazy.
Yep. So I've got my highest seed. Oh my gosh, I have 15 seed Isaac Trumbull beating Nino. I have 12 seed Tanner Sloan beating 8 seed Lou Dupre. I have 10 seed Bastida beating 13 seed Woodley. And these are all round of 12 matches. And I have Warner beating 17 seed Aiello in the round of 12. And the round before is crazy too. I have Trumbull versus Elam in the round before the round of 12. I have Sloan versus Bolsek, 12 versus 14. Woodley versus Hoffman. I mean, it really is a who is not going to make that category, right?
I like that first round match, Amos and Bastida.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I'm with you.
And 197. Sure.
Oh, this weight's crazy. I mean, you know what? Braxton, who knows? I mean, probably not this year, but Braxton's really tough. Luke Stout, that guy's good. Luke Stout's good. He's gonna have his day. Cordell, I've always liked a lot. Really tough guy, good in the re-attack game. I really like Trumbull's game though. I think Trumbull's really super.
MWC, baby. Tyler, if you can pull up that article I sent you. Kyle Klingman wrote the preview for this weight on our website, and the format we used was favorites, contenders, and then sleepers and landmines for all the weights. And look what Klingman put. Favorites, he just wrote none.
Yeah.
And then contenders, he put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 guys. And then for the sleepers and landmines, he just wrote the entire bracket.
This is one of those weight classes. I mean, you figure one of those top 5 guys will be there, right? I mean, one of those guys will figure out a way to get there. But then there's a chance, as good as this weight is up top, this is another one of those. This is a weight, though, you could get a guy in the finals that's a, pretty hot double-digit seed, too.
For sure.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. I mean, younger Bastida to me is, that match, he'd get who, Buchanan in the quarters, would that be?
So, I have him making the quarters. I haven't beaten. I mean, listen to his path. He's got to beat Braxton Amos round 1, then Rocky Elam for the third time. He has to beat him for the third time this year. That's hard to do.
Those have been very close, too.
Very close. And then
got a lot of help with the stall calls.
Yes,
I don't like the matchup.
The second round matches on Thursday night at 197 are off the charts. I mean, you'll have, Thursday night, Norfleet and Dean, perhaps.
Dean,
Aiello from Virginia is really good. I mean, that's
Dean
second round. That's crazy to me.
Dean beat him like 10-0, I think, at this year.
He got on top and turned him.
Yeah.
That will be allowed this weekend in Detroit. I've already consulted the officials, so that's on the table. Okay, heavyweight, big boys, heavy Chevys.
Another deep weight with solid guys, 1 through 6.
Oh, you already know who I got on the podium. GTG, Gas Tank Gary, out of the 11. Let's go. How about this? Listen, I'm never going to stop bringing it up because it just makes me mad. They got rid of the legend. They kicked him out of the Cavelli Center. The center, he built it. He made it. Gary. No, there was no athlete. Cavelli was more excited to get behind. And they shipped him off to bring in Orndorff, who now here, look how it comes around. Orndorff seated worse than Gas Tank Gary. You had the guy.
But Orndorff was an All-American last year.
Yeah.
Was he 8th? Yeah. He was 8th.
Yes. Well, you didn't, Gary, yeah. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I have 11 seed Gas Tank Gary on the podium.
He could. So I've got him falling to Jordan Wood in the second round. And then on the backside, I do have Tyree Houghton beat him, but winnable match. And then Serber, I've got that's a winnable match.
Yeah,
and then
think
Davison.
It's the round of 12. I haven't beaten Davison in the round of 12.
I've got Davison beating Serber in the round of 12, but that if you're looking for a path to All-American at heavyweight, that's the one right there, which is why Luke Serber is kind of my sleeper pick. He had a really good Big 12s. He avenged some losses from earlier in the year, made the finals, so I think he's peaking at the right time. And I've got him
this is really simple for me at heavyweight. I hate to play Big Ten homer here, but I'm going to. the Big Ten schedule at heavyweight, there's nothing like it. And it's going to show itself this weekend. We're going to see why heavyweight I could see how many guys from the Big Ten could be on the stand. I mean, 6 or 7.
So I'm looking at mine. Obviously,
I've got the big 4 going 1 through 4 from the Big Ten.
I have Paris making the finals. And you can all fight me. Now I've got Cassiope over Schultz, so that's 3. And then I've got I only have 4 from the Big Ten placing, actually.
I'll take the over on that one.
I've got 5 because I got Davison sneaking in at 8th.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I have him losing in round 12, and that would get me to 5. So, and I definitely picked a little with my heart with GTG.
I mean, I'll tell you what I'd love to see. I'd love to see Hendrickson of the Air Force Academy get on the stand. I think he's been a great story. Love Sam Barber.
Sam is awesome.
I've got Hendrickson taking 6th.
I'd love to see him find a way to get on. That'd be great. I think it'd be really good.
I think
he does. He's a savage.
Yeah.
I've got Schultz beating him for 5th. I think Schultz is just a little too big, a little too sound positionally. Hendrickson going to take a couple errant shots, get smushed.
Smushed burgers. Okay, let's go to some questions, and then we'll get out of here. Kind of a shorter show, intense show. What'd you say? Not a ton. That's okay.
I got a couple minutes.
No man wants to know, is the arena more Motor City or Rock City?
It's Rock City.
It's Rock City, baby.
Yeah, yep.
There's literally no motors in here.
What's your opinion on Kiss, Shane?
Oh,
on the band Kiss?
Yes.
Yeah, not a real fan.
Real terrible band, honestly. Just a bad band.
I'll give you this. Last Saturday night, I went to Journey and Toto opened. Toto opened for Journey, and Toto was fantastic. I mean, Toto was off the charts. They were awesome. They didn't sing Pamela, which was a little disappointing. But my thought there was Pamela's the ex-girlfriend of one of the people in the band who's now married, and the wife doesn't want to hear it anymore. That's my guess.
Okay.
But if you ever get a chance to see Toto, do it. They were awesome. And Journey was great. I've been to Journey, I think, 3 times, and for the first time ever, they played Only the Young, which made my night. My favorite Journey song, you never play it, Only the Young off the Vision Quest soundtrack. It was great.
I don't even know if I know that song.
You know it. Sure. When I see you at the arena today, I'll pull it up on the phone. You'll know right away. No,
you're gonna sing it. You're gonna sing it.
Oh, I can't. That I won't. I won't pain you with that. But it's a great song.
Oh, okay. How many illegal but not dangerous cutbacks from rear standing will decide a match that will make Ben lose his mind? That's my probably the least favorite part of the show has been him screaming that it's not dangerous. It's like, oh my gosh, we know Ben. But it's still, these guys need to not do it. I hope no one does these dumb illegal cutbacks. They're so stupid. And the fact that there was a point for them, I don't know. How many first round pins will there be? I almost went back and looked up how many there were traditional. I was like, but that'll take a while. So I don't know. I think the pins
several.
Yeah, I'll say 6. I don't know. Probably not a ton. Oh my gosh. So last one from Vince Santisivan. He said, what are the odds that Dayton Fix makes the final, goes into OT, and loses for the 3rd time?
That would be heartbreaking.
Gosh. I need to not see that happen. I mean, I like Roman Bubba Young a lot. Good dude, but I really want to see Dayton get it done. But Roman's not going to be there to be sentimental about someone.
And then the question becomes, not to put the cart before the horse, but does Roman Bravo Young come back? I know he said like he doesn't plan on it, but that can change. I mean, Dayton Fix
He's backed that horse up a little bit.
He'll be back. I
think he'll be back too.
And I want to say, the day he said, I'm not coming back, I said, I don't think so. I think he will be back.
Yeah, so I think he'll be back.
I'm staying on that train until
I think a lot of these guys are coming back.
Yeah, me too. Especially the Penn State crew. Okay. Well, let's beat it. JD, you've got a plane to catch. Shane, you got to get on over here.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. Tomorrow, it all
safe travels, JD.
Thank you.
Have a good day, guys. See ya.